Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're going to be hitting you up with a Golem deck. This Golem deck is really strong in the meta against Graveyard Freeze because you're going to have poison. You just need to keep the poison for that. You also have Barbarian Barrel to clean up the skeletons. You have adequate air defenses with the Night Witch's Bats, the Mega Minion, and the Baby Dragon. So if your opponent has Lavahoon or any type of balloon deck or any type of air unit, you're going to have adequate answers as well. You can also have the Tombstone against other beatdown decks. So against Golem decks, you have an advantage because you can kite the Golem to the middle and you really will be able to deal with a Golem for only 3 elixir. This deck is great against beatdown. The only thing it's kind of weak against is Inferno Tower. You don't really have an answer to it at all. Your best bet is drawing or waiting for your opponent to overcommit and then maybe getting Night Witch Bats to tank for the Inferno Tower. That's the one really weak matchup. Anyway, let's go jump straight into some games and hopefully we can assert some dominance. Alright, so we're going to go kick things off with the Tombstone, see what's up against face control. Dropping a Tombstone is always a very nice passive maneuver. Can't really be punished for it. I'm going to go Golem right into the bowler. Don't want him to formulate a push where he can go in for a graveyard right into us. If I had went Golem opposite, he would have had a pretty nice push on the right hand lane that I might have not been able to respond to. But if we kill the bowler at the river, and he doesn't have his tower supporting the bowler, that's really good for us, so... I'm going to go drop our Baby Dragon away. So when he splash yards and NATOs, he's not able to hit everything, hopefully. He does actually hit everything, so he played that extremely well. I'm going to go in for a Barbarian. We still have air superiority, and I push the Electro Wizard to be hitting the Barbarian instead. So this is going to be a difficult push for him to deal with since the Baby Dragon and the Mega Minion are alive, and the Golemites will be tanking for it. So in this case scenario, I think it's our best interest to go in for a Night Witch first, and then go in for a Golem in front. Because we're up a lot of elixir since he had to spend a lot to defend that. So he's going to end up having Inferno Dragon. I can NATO this. And then it disrupts the Inferno Dragon animation. It retargets on top of the tower and the Night Witch. And then I think the Golem gets NATO to the King Tower, unfortunately. But we still have a Night Witch, so I don't think it's possible. I think we just win the game. Yeah, that was brutal. So that was really, really good for us. He tried to drop the Inferno Dragon early on, so then we wouldn't have any way of resetting it, but little did he know that we could just NATO it to our tower. So that's a really good play to do if you guys didn't know that already. I personally really like NATOing it into Night Witch Bats or into a Mega Minion, so then you're actually able to kill it. Okay. Just want to go start a Baby Dragon in the back and play defensive since he probably has Graveyard Freeze. I just want to save my poison for the Graveyard, then he's never able to break through for the rest of the game. Extremely important to do so. Skeletons are just going to die to the poison, even though my tower's not shooting it. My Mega Minion's just going to die too. Does not matter. Okay, Witch in the back, and then I'm going to get ready to go for a Golem, and maybe we can 3-crown it. Maybe we can assert dominance to the highest degree. We go for a Golem since we still end up having the Baby D alive, and he goes in for Inferno Dragon. Yo, he's totally getting 3-crown right now. He's definitely getting 3-crown. End up going in for another Baby D. I'm going to go in for a poison on top of that. I don't see any way of him defending that, so we win this game. GG. Well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. So the biggest thing is just don't go in for poisons on offense against these type of decks. What Freeze is trying to do, it tries to bait out your poison, tries to bait out your spells. That's what its main goal is. I'm going to go in for a Tombstone, and he's going to end up going for another Tombstone as well. So he might be running a Golem deck as same as us, or maybe he's going for a Lavahoon deck. Have to wait and see on that one. Go cycle Baby Dragon away from the Tombstone, so then it bypasses and gets some tower damage. Forces him to spell or spend units. It's going to end up going for guards. So it's evident it's going to be Lavahoon, especially after we see the minions. So minions, guards, 6 elixir investment. So 6 elixir investment, doesn't have Tombstone cycle since it's about to die. He's going same lane into the Golem. That's really good for us. Always want to go same lane as a Lavahoon player as long as they don't have Inferno Dragon. And I think I could probably just go for a Mega Minion here, just to DPS down the Lavahoon as soon as possible. Going for a poison, so then the skeletons are not going to be too much of a threat. And we go in for a juicy poison on top of the guards, the Mega Minion, and on top of the Tombstone. So those Tombstone skeletons are eradicated. Our Night Witch is about to approach the tower. It gets on top of the tower, locked right on top. Mega Minion finishes off the majority of the rest of his pups. And I think we're in a good situation moving forward. I think that when he goes in for a balloon, he'll get drawn to the Tombstone, depending on where he drops it. And I can just use Baby Dragon. Okay, it's not going to get drawn. End up having to go for a NATO here. Wait. And hopefully it doesn't even get death. Yeah, it's going to get death damage on top of the Tombstone, but it's okay. It's not really like he's going to go for offensive guards or Lumberjack because he doesn't have Lumberjack in the deck. like really no way for him to get any ground units towards us. So just waiting for him to make his play. I'm not going to go in for a Golem until I decide what lane he's going to go in. Okay, so here we go. I want to go Golem first, and then I want to go Night Witch right after. I want the bats to accumulate on top of the Lavahoon as soon as possible, so that's why I'm dropping it 4 elixir. He's going to go in for a crazy Tombstone placement. This is going to be a great NATO. Amazing NATO for us here. Pushing it back in. Going for a Tombstone. Making sure that the balloon goes towards that instead of our tower so then it doesn't get lost. We don't want to get lost in the maze out here, boys. I'm going to go in for another Baby D so that we can finish off those minions. And I think we got the game in the bag. I just played defensive there. I didn't try to go for 3 crown. I didn't try to do some tower trade. It's not really important to do that when, you know, they're just running standard Lavahoon. Standard Lavahoon only has Tombstone as an adequate defense to the Golem. And if you kill it, then the Golem goes straight towards the tower and you win the game. So I knew that his Lavahound really wasn't able to accomplish anything either because we have NATO, we end up having Tombstone and adequate air defenses. So there's no way for him to bypass. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. I'm going to go Sauce out of good luck here. Going to go for Tombstone. Wolf Pack. 3-man Wolf Pack. What's he going to do? Is that not going to get pulled? Alright, thankfully it actually does. I'll go for a Night Witch here. See what else he wants to do. So he might run Pekka. See skeletons and a deck that's very indicative of Pekka. He's going to go for an Electro Wizard, and he's going to go for skeletons and Inferno Tower. Alright, Royal Ghost Inferno Tower. This is not what I wanted to face here today. I'm going to go for a poison on top of that. We're not able to hit the Royal Ghost with the poison, unfortunately, but the Electro Wizard will die. Actually, never mind, the Royal Ghost gets bounced back into it. That's good. These are nice things. I'm going to end up having to go in for a Barbarian Barrel on defense on top of that Miner. Also clipping the Royal Ghost, which is really important. This is one of the hardest possible matchups playing against Inferno Tower when you have Golem. So maybe we can overpower him here. We'll see. Mega Minion. Need a hit. Okay. We got Baby Dragon as well. He's going to Electro. He's going to have to Electro, yeah. That was really well played using the skeletons to combat. It's going to NATO on top of that. And we're going to get King Tower activated. I was a little bit scared of the Miner in front, so. Alright. This is decent for us. This is an okay scenario. Definitely one of the worst matchups, but maybe we can overcome it. I'm going to have to Barbarian Barrel on defense on top of the Royal Ghost. We did activate King Tower, so I think that's going to be a nice positive elixir trade. I'm trying to wait until double elixir, so then maybe I can break through. Nice Mega Minion here. Minimize the amount of damage. One more hit, please. Okay, thankful. Baby Dragon as well in front of the Mega Minion, otherwise it just dies to the skeletons. Want to get more value here. I'm going to poison again. It's going to go for a Miner. Easy Barbarian Barrel value. That needs to die before it locks onto my tower. Thankfully it does. We'll go Tombstone here. Just going to keep Minering me. I need to get enough elixir to be able to overcome the Inferno Tower, otherwise it's just a huge negative elixir trade, so. Trying to here. Gonna Golem here. See if we can go in for a Night Witch, so the bats can wreak havoc on top of the Inferno Tower. Don't know if it's possible. I'm gonna end up going in for a pesky Barbarian Barrel. Tombstone. Yo, that is still alive. I have to nail everything together to keep the Miner off. He poisons, so that means that he doesn't have an answer to the Night Witch now. Can't poison the tower of the Night Witch. A Golem here, so then the Royal Ghost targets that instead. The Baby Dragon's on top of the tower. If he goes in for a Miner, I can go Night Witch, and he doesn't have poison. It's not yet. Be able to poison everything? Yes, barely clipping the Electro Wizard too. Okay. I think this is a really tough matchup. We might have just lost this one because of matchup, but I'm trying my hardest, guys. Go for another Barbarian Barrel on top of the Miner. Should we finish it off? You have to go for a Baby D here. You have to play aggressive here. Night Witch. Can I Golem? No, it's gonna die. go Tombstone in the back, so then the miner's like gonna get caught by the skeletons, hopefully. Mega minion as well. This is so difficult, man. I have to hope that he goes in for a poison on top of the Tombstone, which he should, right? If the miner poison that, I'm hopeful. I'm gonna go in for another very aggressive play. I'm gonna go for a poison, hitting the Electro Wizard and the Inferno Tower, so he doesn't get counter push potential. Miner poisons. Does he poison that Night Witch? We'll see. Minimize the amount of damage here. Going for another Barbarian Barrel. Hopefully he creeps up with that Electro. He does not. We do kill some of the skeletons. I'm going for another Baby Dragon here. This is super difficult, man. That Royal Ghost. I can NATO to kill that Electro. He did it in the other spot that I wasn't expecting him to, so I'm going to go in for a Tombstone. After Barbarian Barrel. Baby Dragon. Yeah, this is just one of those matchups that you don't really play against Inferno Tower Miner Poison too often, so I guess this is just one of those matchups that you do lose. Try to draw it, but I don't even think that's possible at this point. If he goes in for a Miner, I'll be in the back, so I will, like, pre-NATO. Don't even know if that's possible, guys. Trying to play aggressive. Oh, I missed. Okay, GG. Should have just needed it back, but yeah, this is difficult. Peace out, Girl Scout. We're gonna start off with the Tombstone, see what this dude wants to do. It's not really dropping anything at all. Ooh, he's gonna go in for a Bandit, so it might be Golem. Might also be Pekka. Probably Pekka, actually. Sometimes people are running Golem with Bandit. I've been seeing that a lot recently. He's gonna go in for a poison. It's not gonna kill the Tombstone in time, so it does end up killing Battleram. Alright, so poison. Just use this poison. So I feel like I can go for a Night Witch and then go for a Golem. The reason I start my Night Witch first is because if he spams opposite lane, I have more elixir to deal with it. And I can go in for a Golem now. And he's not going to have poison in cycle. He's going to be down elixir. I don't think there's any great way of him dealing with this. If he Pekkas, the bats just completely encapsulate the Pekka. So I was right the second time. He is running Pekka. I could poison that, but I think that would also be a pretty bad play. I don't really want to poison the Dark Goblin for no reason when I can get some nice value with a Barbarian Barrel instead. So I'm going to go do that right now. And I think that the Bandit dies before it gets a single hit on the tower. The Royal Ghost will obviously get a hit, but that's okay. Baby Dragon's going to get some nice juicy belches on top of his tower as well, so we're going to take the lead in tower damage. Looks like he's probably going to go for a pre-poison, so I want to wait the last possible second, then go in for a higher Tombstone. I thought for sure the man was going to go in for a pre-poison, so I went for a higher Tombstone there. I was a little bit scared. I'm going to go start off another Night Witch, and then I want to go in for a Golem in front. He's going to poison this time with Pekka. That's going to be 11 elixir investment, and then I want to go in for a Night Witch plus Golem push, and then maybe Mega Minion if he goes in for a Pekka. So I guess he doesn't have enough elixir since he just did that. He's going to Pekka, and then he won't have enough elixir for the poison for a little bit. He still needs damage on top of the Night Witch to kill it inside the poison, so I don't know what he's trying to do here. Maybe the Pekka redirects. It does redirect, okay. So this time I think it's worth poisoning. Not going to do it just yet, though. No, I think we're okay if I just go in for a Barbarian Barrel. Make sure he never gets an elixir advantage. Poisoning is okay. It's a decent play, but I never want to overextend. I want to make sure that I have sufficient elixir advantage to ensure that we have the death choke on this game. There's no way that he can ever take it away from us. Just picturing like Darth Vader here. That force grip on the game, guys. We're never going to let go. We got it. Got in the bag. And I'm going in for another Barbarian Barrel. Going to go in for a Baby D, and I think I can get away with the Tombstone. If he ends up going aggressive like that, it's going to be a negative elixir trade, and then also he has less elixir to defend, so I think we got the game in the bag. GG. Well played. And peace out, Girl Scout. Much love, but there's not too much you can do at this point. It's Pekka on defense to make sure he doesn't get 3 crown, playing for his pride at this point. Pleasure playing against you, man. Got a game against Koss. Going to be dropping a good luck here. Can go in for a Tombstone as our starting play. And he's not really responding with anything. Okay. Alright. You're going to go in for a Night Witch. So maybe it's going to be Golem versus Golem, which is pretty good for us. Because we end up having the Tombstone as a defensive structure, so we can pull the Golem to the middle. Even activate King Tower with a NATO if we need to, but definitely have better responses than he does. He's also cycling a lot of his Golem support cards early on, which, if you cycle Night Witch, it's really, really bad. You want to have that behind the Golem since you're able to accumulate a lot of bats. So Unfortunately, we don't have our Golem either, so we have to cycle our Baby Dragon. I just want to make sure that the bats are able to get more value, so yeah. Okay, I'm going to end up going in for a Skeleton Barrel, so it's going to tank a little bit. Also, it's a cheap Elixir investment, allowing us to get back to Tombstone. His Golem is going to give him very little utility whatsoever. So, yeah, barely anything, actually. His Golem got nothing accomplished. I know we're going to be up Elixir. He's not going to have his Golem in sight, so he's going to have to focus on defending here, especially going in for a Collector. Oh, man, look at this juicy poison value. He's going to line up some nice juicy poison value. He's going to go in for a Night Witch or something. I can feel it. I'm going to go in for a Night Witch here to accumulate bats. I should go behind our Golem. And I want to get that poison value. I want him to drop more, though. I want to get everything in place. Hopefully the Lumberjack walks back. I'm going to end up going in for a Barbarian Barrel right on top to kill it as fast as possible. Our bats are swarming right through. And he barely got a Baby Dragon in time. I think our best bet is going Baby D on defense instead of a Mega Minion, because the Baby D is able to kill everything from a distance, including the bats, and doesn't get distracted, so it's good. Finished off the Collector, ended up hitting the Night Witch. Decent value for sure. I'm going to go Collector in the back, so can't really do anything to punish that because I don't have Poison and Cycle. Unfortunately, he doesn't drop it in the middle this time. And I just have to relax a little bit. I want to wait. I want the bats to go behind the Golem. I don't want them to die. So, I don't want to drop them just yet. I'm going to go cycle the Night Witch as soon as it happens. Alright, cool. So now all the bats go behind. I end up going in for a Juicy Poison here. And I also want to go in for a Barbarian Build to kill that inside. I want to cycle a whole bunch of units that will go and counter push. So I'm not going to go drop a Tombstone. There's no point in doing so. It's going to Golem as well, right into us. It's phenomenal for me if I go in for a Golem and kill his Golem. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish here, sir, but it's not working out for you. I go in for another Night Witch, and we have this massive Death Ball coming at him. Holy crap, dude. We have the Baby Dragon. We have 2 Night Witches. And you have a Collector. You have a lot of Collectors, but I don't think it matters, man. They're collecting Elixir, but you can't spend it in time. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. It literally looked like I had a clone deck because I had so many bats on the field. Holy crap.